Okay, so the day has come. Procrastination ends today for the COPART RZR. I'm gonna go ahead and start putting together the motor. I've got some of the parts laid out right here. This is the big bore cylinders right here. And we've got our Carrillo, or CP pistons rather. We've got our CP pistons, real nice. A little bit higher compression. Forged pistons. Wrist pins. And then I've started to put in the bearings. So these are the main bearings right here. Those came with our crankshaft, which is down here. So I'm going to go ahead and start assembling this. I'm going to put these together. We'll get the bottom end here buttoned up real quick. It shouldn't be too hard of a process. It's just my procrastination levels have been so high. That's where I'm at now. So let's get it going. All right, I'm going to take a little break before I put this motor together. I want to show you guys something. We're tuning on the dyno right now. It is not typical. It's very not typical, but it is cool. It is big. This is the biggest thing you can get on this freaking dyno. It's an H2 with a blower that we're checking out. I can't even get this thing in frame. It's just this monstrosity. Look at this thing. Anyway, my good friend Adam Pila. If you guys don't know him, you need to go check out his stuff. He is the diesel guru. He builds these awesome conversions for Hummers. Not H2s, but H1s.
Not our typical thing.
Right.
You know?
He does the real Hummers. Piss off too many people.
Right.
But anyway, he does some really cool conversions, and this is I can't dyno his stuff because his stuff is too big. But
it doesn't fit.
It doesn't fit usually. But this one does fit. So we're gonna go ahead and tear some ass with this thing and see what it does, right?
Yes, sir.
It's a supercharged LS.
It needs boost badly.
They're never fast. Marcus asked
when
if
it
it was
came
fast.
here, and it's like mediocre after the blow.
It's less slow.
That's an
It's less slow now. All right, let's see what it does.
Nice. What do you think?
Did a little bit better. Not too bad. Not too
better.
bad.
Nice
really,
flat torque curve.
We're putting a lot of drivetrain loss on this. This is a big truck, all-wheel drive. To get that number to the wheel, we're probably way north of 450 or somewhere in that range.
Yeah, I think it's 100 plus, drivetrain loss in these things.
At least,
so
yeah. So.
Sweet. Nice.
Cool.
Yep. I think we found the peak.
There you go.
I like it. Yep. Time to go pull some snowmobiles.
That's not too bad.
No, that's pretty good
That's not too bad.
for a big turtle.
So there you go. The Hummer was actually pretty impressive considering how big and just lethargic those things are from the factory. If any of you have ever had one of those or driven one, they are the slowest pieces of machinery. It's insane. They might as well just, I don't know, be a Flintstone car for all I care. They're just so slow. So with that motor in there, not much to expect. When you supercharge it though, okay, so that was acceptable. We went from, stock, those things usually put down like 220. maybe 230 if you're lucky at the wheel. And that one got up to 323. So, listen to my dogs over there drinking water. So that kind of power level, acceptable. So it's a good change, and I was really glad that Adam was able to bring me that truck. He's a guru in the industry. He's got some crazy fast. You guys may have seen him on Dirty Mutter Truckers, which is on I think it's on Motor Trend or one of those channels, Discovery. But either way, they do some like really cool mega truck racing on there, and his truck was on there. It's a twin turbo Duramax. It's a compound turbo Duramax. So really an awesome guy with some cool toys. One of these days I'm going to go up there and visit him and maybe take the Renly up there, do some off-roading. He's got like a private track and stuff up there where he's at. It's not too far away. I'd like to get up there. But anyway, enough about that. I'll touch base again. I'm going to be touch base again on the COPART RZR. I'm going to be continuing to build that. I ran out of time today to finish putting that bottom end together. So next video, which is tomorrow to me, tomorrow I'm going to start putting it together again. Well, I'm going to continue putting it together, making progress, I promise. My goal is to have that thing running next week. That's what I want. So if I can have that running next week, that would be huge. We'll start the process, we'll take that thing out and run it through the ringer and see what she's worth with that extra power. Now, for those of you who are just seeing that COPART RZR or just learning about the COPART RZR, go check out some of my older videos from about 2 months ago or so when we got it. So I bought that RZR from COPART from the auction, and it was a flop. I thought it had a good motor in it, and it turned out to be bad. So, took it apart. You know we can't just put it back together in factory fashion. So we bought a bunch of cool parts, and the guys at BP Racing, they hooked it up, and we were able to basically put together a package that will satisfy our need for speed. It's a big bore kit, so we're punching it out to like 973 cc's from its 870 cc beginnings. It's basically, they call it a 900, and we're going to be basically at 1,000. So hopefully we'll pick up, you know, a good 30 horsepower or so from that extra displacement, and it'll just be a really fun off-roader. It already has a couple of modifications. You can see the A-arms with the more clearance and stuff like that. So it's already a pretty cool off-road machine, but with the extra power, it's going to make it that much cooler. And it's not turbo. I don't expect it to be too fast, obviously, but at least it'll be faster than stock, and it'll be really reliable considering that it's still an NA engine. It's not turbo. I had the Renly, which is turbo, so I'll obviously still want to do some more. Maybe we can do some side-by-side. Get it? Side-by-side comparisons. Man, I love jokes like that. That's like a major dad joke. Comparisons between those two, so we'll see which one do you guys think is faster? Is the turbo Renly, which is probably a little bigger and heavier, faster because it makes more power, or is that COPART going to be faster because it's lighter and still making some decent power? Stock, they make like 88 horsepower. With the with this kit, I'm expecting to make about 110, somewhere in there, north of 100. That would be pretty cool, and that's at the flywheel. While the Renly stock, they made about 88 horsepower or 85 horsepower, and with the turbo, we're way north of that, 120 or more, 130, because we made 100 to the wheel. So I'm really curious to see which one's faster. So put it in the comments, which one do you think is going to be faster, the Renly or the RZR? I really want to do a side-by-side. Maybe I can get Rudnick to drive one, and I also want to race him. I want to race that Civic with either the Golf or the Renly. We'll see. either way, I'll see you guys in the next one.